of your favorite recipes. Simply Food.
You should know by now that you're in for a treat.
Simply Food.
There's no other channel where you'd rather be.
Simply Food. Seafood, pasta, cakes, and pies. Sing and laugh and even cry. Like and share and hit subscribe. Simply Food by TY.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy, Simply Food by TY, and today I'm going to show you guys how to make some Jameson whiskey wings. Yes, I know it's time for all the games of football, so let's jump into the recipe. So what we're going to do first is work on our marinade for the wings that we're going to toss in a little bit later on. So because we're only going to be using 4 tablespoons of the pineapple juice, I would suggest is get yourself a little can like I had. We're going to add in some fresh ginger, and that is a half a tablespoon. You can use fresh if you would like, just make sure you finely mince it. Some gochujang, which is some Kareli chili paste. It just gives a little bit of flair to it. Doesn't make it spicy, so you don't have to stress about that. That was 1 tablespoon of that. You can add more if you would like. And then we're going to add in some low sodium sauce, which is a half a tablespoon. You can use whatever type of soy sauce you like, to be honest. And then we're going to add in some citrus flavoring, which is from ponzu, and that's also a half a tablespoon. You want to get yourself some honey. I would get some local honey or the best honey you can possibly find. It does make a difference. You're going to add in 1 full tablespoon of some honey. And then after that, we are going to add in the star of the show, of course, 3/4 of a cup of your Jameson whiskey. Now, you don't have to use Jameson. That's just what I like to use for this particular recipe. But you can use whatever type of whiskey you got, you know? And then we're also going to add in 1/4 of a cup of brown sugar. You want to give that a really, really good whisk. And then once you get that all whisked together, we're going to go ahead and set that to the side so that we can chop up the garlic. Now, if you would like, you can use the squeezed garlic. That's totally fine. I would say add in about a half a tablespoon worth. But if you're going to do what I did, I used roughly about 7 to 8 garlic cloves, and those are finely minced. And then we're just going to give that a whisk, and then we'll also sit that to the side because that's pretty much it for the sauce. If you know you're going to make a lot of wings, double if not triple this sauce because you're gonna need it. Let's talk about the chicken. So I have about 2.5 pounds or so of party wings here, and I'm going to add in about 1.5 tablespoons of onion powder. Again, be mindful when you're buying these things that it says powder, not salt. That makes a huge difference, and you will thank me later, okay? So we're going to also add in about 1.5 tablespoons of garlic powder. Remember, garlic powder, not garlic salt. We're going to add in about 1/8 of a teaspoon of smoked paprika. Try not to get too carried away with it because it'll turn it into something completely different if you put too much. Now, of course, when you're using seasonal salt, you know how much salt you like on your food. I like my food fully seasoned, okay? So I'm going to add in about 1.5 to 2 tablespoons of seasonal salt. We're going to add in 1/2 cup of cornstarch and 1/2 cup of flour. Now, y'all know when I fry my chicken, you gotta have cornstarch because it gives it that extra crispy taste to it. And the best thing about these party wings are because I had just enough wings and I only used 1/2 cup of each of the flour and the cornstarch, it's not going to seem like it has too much breading on it. You know what I mean? It's going to be very controlled. And I would say as a pro tip, make sure that you don't have any liquid in the bottom of your pan. That way, you know, you can make sure that it doesn't turn out really mealy and, you know, they stay nice and dry. So you want to get yourself some vegetable oil or canola oil, and you want to make sure that's at about 350 degrees. And then just pop those bad boys in and give them a good old deep fry. Now, if you want, you do not have to deep fry them. You can absolutely air fry them if you want to. I personally would just say this, and I feel like this needs to be said, okay? If you are using an air fryer, you have got to make sure that you are putting a lot of paprika inside of your flour. Because what I'm noticing is a lot of people are frying chicken inside their ovens, and then that stuff is coming out looking tan. It don't look like it's fully cooked. It has no color to it whatsoever. So number one, make sure you're adding paprika. It'll add great color, but also make sure that you guys are flipping that chicken continuously so that it's evenly browning on all sides, okay? So that's just for you guys that want to air fry it. For those that deep fried it like I did, once you're all done with the chicken, make sure the chicken is fully cooked, of course. Transfer it over to a rack just so that you can drain off some of that excess oil because ain't nobody got time for that, and we don't need all of that. Once again, the best thing about this particular recipe is that if you guys don't want to fry the chicken, you absolutely don't have to. The sauce is what makes this recipe what it is, not necessarily frying the chicken. So honey, if you want, just triple, quadruple, do whatever you got to do to make as much of the sauce as you want, and order yourself some Popeyes, order yourself some chicken tenders, or order your wings from wherever you like your wings, and then all you got to do is toss it in your sauce, and boom, you've made yourself some whiskey wings. You know what I mean? It's just that simple. So you don't necessarily have to do all of this. You know what I mean? So let's focus on the sauce. So we're gonna add this to a medium-sized pan here. And I have my temperature on about a medium. You wanna kind of bring it up to a simmer, and you're gonna add in a few pinches of cornstarch. Do not add too much, but you wanna make sure that you are vigorously whisking this because you do not want it to clump. You want it to be nice and smooth so that it looks just like this, which is like a smooth caramel. All those white bits that you see in there, that is not clumped up cornstarch, that is the garlic, just in case anybody asks. Once your sauce is nice and thick and it's come up to that light simmer, go ahead and start adding your wings in. Give them a toss around, you guys, and that's it. This recipe is not complicated to make at all. And like I said, should you choose to not fry the chicken and you just want to make the sauce, you can have that done literally in like 5 minutes, and then boom, you've already done it, you know? So that's one of the things that I love the most about this. The sauce is what makes it. So you can either fry it yourself or get the carry out and then add the sauce to it. So now all I'm going to do is transfer them over to my little plate. A few people wanted to see how I plate up my dishes before I take the production shots. So this is it, you know. You just got to take your time, try to find some artsy fancy way to lay it out. Of course, y'all ain't got to do all of this, but this is like how I do it so that I can get those pretty food shots that you guys are loving, which I appreciate, by the way. And I'm just going to add on some sesame seeds, some parsley, and that's it, you guys. Look, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in today. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. If you are new to my channel, welcome to Simply Food by TY. And if you're one of my returning subscribers, well, y'all babies know I love y'all so much. And as always, y'all stay cute and take care. Bye, guys.
Slaying in the kitchen.
Simply Food by TY.
We hope that you enjoyed it.
Simply Food by TY. If you haven't took the time, make sure you subscribe. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching Simply Food.